Hey, Big Brother fans, we have got some updates about the punishments that production handed out to Zach, Keanu, and Vince from the POV comp, and they're pretty funny. Plus, we're going to talk about Catherine's veto plans. Will she use the golden power veto or not? We're going to let you know. We've got the latest scoop on that. It's Belinda. Please hit that subscribe if you're not following us. Now let's get into it. Vince got a punishment outfit. He's an egg detective. He's got an egg body, a detective trench coat, and a 1930s detective style fedora up on top of the eggshell. So it's like double hats. I just hope his sweaty little beanie isn't under that shell also, or it's going to be like a pickled egg up in there. Just blech. All right. Vince is having to campaign for votes dressed like a hard-boiled egg, and it's so unserious. What's funny is he's doing his soap opera crying mess while dressed as a frickety frackin' egg. It is exhausting. Ava was laughing when she told Rachel nobody expected her to win HOH, but said she did. And now Vince is in an egg and Keanu's got a fat ASS. More on the junk in Keanu's trunk in just a second. But first, more on cowboy crybaby Riley. He was whining to Morgan, calling Ava selfish for not sharing her HOH wine with anyone. They don't know she and Will got smashed on it together. Later, Morgan griped to Vince, the hard-boiled egg, in his giant magnifying glass about Ava. They both agree she was selfish for not sharing wine, not having one-on-ones, and telling people to stay out of her bathroom and shower. Meanwhile, Mickey and Morgan hogged the wine that came for Kelley's birthday, remember last week? While also saying Kelley didn't deserve a nice birthday dinner and plotting against their ally Jimmy. So I call that karma. All right, Keanu's punishment. He is the butler. 2 T's in that, BUTTler, because he's got a heavy tray attached to his backside and has to deliver food whenever Big Brother says. Production ordered him to feed Riley and Vince at about 2:30 in the morning on Sunday, and it woke up a bunch of the house guests. One of those kind of annoying punishments. Apparently, the tray itself and then the device that holds it on him is pretty heavy and it's hurting his back. So Keanu could have an achy, breaky backside heading into the wall comp. But, you know, guys that big don't usually do well on the wall anyway, and it only matters if he's not evicted. By the way, the odds are looking okay for him for Thursday night. Kelley told Keanu she'd vote to save him, and Kelley also plans to lie to Vince and tell him he's got her vote. Will told Keanu if it's him and Zach on the block, he's got to save Zach because of the London trip thing, but otherwise, Will's voting to keep Keanu. Mickey seems to want Keanu out, but she keeps doing these psycho flips like not wanting Ava to nominate Ashley and now hounding Ava to renom Ashley. Yet again, Mickey going against her allies. Ava seems hyped about getting Vince out on her HOH and told both Zach and Keanu she doesn't want them to go. All right, now let's talk about Zach's punishment. His was a backyard endurance deal where he had to pick somebody to be bundled with. He chose Rachel, but when Morgan was freaking out, doing a little jealous, crazy thing, Zach insisted he had no choice because Rachel volunteered. I personally think, and I guess we'll see on an episode maybe, that Zach's fibbing to just avoid 12 hours right next to Crazy Morgan, his personal stalker, who made a big deal about how if she'd known that she could volunteer, she would have. Morgan reportedly also stayed up all night while they were in the yard being weird and was looming over Rachel as she slept. So Big Brother cut the feeds for Zach's punishment, so we won't see any of it till Wednesday's episode. After 12 hours out in the backyard where it was a cold night, Zach and Rachel came back in coated in blue goo. And as part of their overnight bonding in the yard, Rachel warned Zach that somebody's gunning hard for his eviction, but she wouldn't tell him who it is. Ashley told Zach today the only vote he's got locked up is Will because of that London trip. Ashley had a long chat with Zach on Sunday, and then Morgan at the same time was low-key stalking the whole time, trying to like interrupt and doing antics. And Morgan told Will that she's got to tell Vince she'll vote to keep Zach over him for game reasons if she has to. I don't think Morgan crushing on Zach is game reasons, but okay. One last note on Zach. He's figured out he's probably going to have to play his advantage, but he's still campaigning for votes, basically weighing if he needs to and gathering info, which is smart. Zach wants to keep the $10,000. I think he mentally already spent it and rolled up on Catherine on Sunday about her using the veto on him at Monday's meeting, and she basically wrote him a reality check. Also, the feeds were blowing up about a Rachel versus Morgan fight. Here's what happened. Rachel went off on Morgan in the storage room because she's heard from a lot of people about Mickey and Morgan saying they're only keeping her till jury. Rachel said she's heard it too many places. Morgan was trying to deflect, and she used the word checkpoint like about 20 times in this conversation. She was telling Rachel, jury's a checkpoint. And then she told Rachel that was her checkpoint. And Morgan said she was just hoping to stay till jury. Rachel wasn't having the lies and said she'll be their final two still in the house, not mediating on a couch in jury like Dr. Will. And Morgan kept on with the word checkpoint. And Rachel got annoyed and said, that's not a thing. We're here to play and win, not get to jury. Meanwhile, Mickey has been low-key dissing Rachel to Ava and Will and took a swipe in the craziest way. Mickey said Rachel wants to protect herself in the game, and Mickey actually said, if it's between me and Rachel, I feel like Rachel would choose herself. Hello, anybody in the house should and would pick themselves, Mickey. You would pick yourself. That's the game. Her faux outrage about Rachel is right up there with all the big mad about Keanu saying he'll pick them off one by one, because that's literally how Big Brother works, except on double eviction night where, you pick off two. Keanu and Riley talked about doing the challenge together. I don't know about the rodeo clown, but I do think Keanu would be perfect for the challenge. He's a physical beast who likes to start drama and beef. I'd watch it. Morgan suspects she will be the renom on Monday. Even if Catherine doesn't use the veto, Zach will use his advantage and take himself down, forcing Ava to make at least one renom. Catherine initially pondered using it to take Keanu off the block because she trusts him more than Vince or Zach. But after chatting with Lauren and Ava today separately, it now seems Catherine likely won't use the POV. And Riley had a little pissy fit because Catherine actually talked to people other than him and was back to being a total stage 3 clinger. Can CBS send legal in and get a restraining order on Riley to stay 5 feet away from her and keep his hands to himself? At this point, I feel like that was a Stockholm Syndrome smooch that Catherine gave Riley, and the DR is coaching her to act like a smitten kitten. Her family doesn't like it. They don't think it's legit. I agree. In the end, Ava says it'll be one less headache for her if Catherine doesn't use the veto, but we all know the headache is coming anyway. I bet Zach buys his way off the block. He'll be down 10K. Ava will be up 15K this week. Then she'll put Morgan on the block next to Keanu and Vince, and then it'll be chaos, and I'm here for it. Morgan has gone absolutely nuts this weekend, and so has Mickey, but Morgan seems likely to be up and possibly out if she loses BB Blockbuster. Stay tuned for more updates after Monday's veto meeting.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.